It's never been easier to be better than every other man. 99% of men that you see are weak, lazy, and addicted. It's so easy to be better than them. Look around at the average man you see. Even the young men who should be at the peak of their masculine power and testosterone are soft and weak. They don't go to the gym or even do any exercise at all. They're broke, they have no goals, they have no ambitions. They're addicted to porn, weed, TikTok, and comfort. They can't work for 5 minutes without needing to go on their phone and check their notifications. They can't do 1 pull-up or 10 push-ups. This is your competition. Even the guys who are productive and go to the gym are still weak. They still skip workouts. They don't push till failure. They only train till mild discomfort. And their lives are still revolving around instant gratification. These are the guys who have some goals. However, they are still weak and lazy in every other aspect of their life. Being better than them is easy. All it requires is some determination and some discipline. Everything that you want, the woman you want, the money you want, the status you want, the muscles you want, every other guy wants the exact same thing as you. They are your competition. You need to compete with them because they're all going for the same scarce resource that you're going for. But the truth is that it's never been easier to improve and become the best. It's never been easier to start a business. It's never been easier to make money. It's never been easier to get jacked and build an aesthetic physique. It's never been easier to excel. However, it's also never been easier to do nothing. It's never been easier to waste time. We have so many distractions that we can waste our time on. Video games, porn, social media, YouTube. We never have to be bored again because we have an unlimited supply of content. 99% of men have allowed themselves to be castrated by spending most of their time distracted by never-ending content. The average man today is overweight, weak, addicted to dopamine sucking addictions, broke, has no purpose, has no goals, no ambition, no desire to improve himself, no masculinity, not a single ounce of testosterone. They have more estrogen than testosterone. Men are more depressed than ever before, and they don't think that going to the gym or trying to fix their mental health will fix it. Instead, going to therapy and taking antidepressants is their magic pill to cure their depression. But the real reason why so many men are depressed and have no meaning in life, no reason to wake up in the morning, is because they have nothing they're trying to accomplish. They may have vague goals like get a good job or get married or buy a BMW, but they're not taking action towards their goals. Every single minute of their life is dedicated to consuming content. As soon as they wake up, they check their phone. They're scrolling when they're eating. They're scrolling when they're on the toilet. They're scrolling when they're at work. How can they expect to be happy when they have no ambition or goals in life and their life literally revolves around moving your finger up on a screen? We only have one life to live. You get 80 years if you're lucky, and 20 of them you can't do anything because you're growing up. You aren't on this earth for no reason. You aren't on here just to survive and spend all your time consuming someone else's creation. Instead, you're on this earth to make something of yourself, to build something that will outlive you. This is why it's so important for you to be better than the average man. Because the average man doesn't care about their life. They don't care about building something greater than themselves or building something inspiring that causes other people to want to improve their own lives. Instead, the only thing they care about is just making their day-to-day life as exciting as they possibly can, as easy as they possibly can. So that consists of porn, video games, movies, scrolling, junk food, and it's all stuff that it makes you feel happy in the moment when you're doing it. Like you're really enjoying it because your dopamine levels spike up. However, as soon as you finish that activity, your dopamine levels go down suddenly and you feel so much worse about yourself. These activities make you feel good and happy in the short term, but they ruin your life in the long term and cause you to feel even more depressed. Now, it's obvious that if you're watching content like this, self-improving content, you're not like the average man. You want to be better. You have goals that you want to achieve. You have a purpose that you need to reach. But how do you improve yourself and actually become better than every other man, than 99% of men? How do you become more muscular, wealthier, more attractive, happier, and live a more meaningful life than them? Well, the answer is just action. And we'll go through the exact step-by-step system on what you need to do to become the best version of yourself and improve yourself. But first, this journey of trying to improve yourself, it will be tough. It will require you to be masculine, to be disciplined, and being able to do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it. Average guys who are broke, weak, and addicted to garbage content, who pay for OnlyFans, will think that you're the weird one for trying to improve yourself. They might laugh at you for trying to improve yourself and putting yourself out of your comfort zone. They might even mock your goals because they don't have the same belief that they could do it, so they don't think you can do it either. But ask yourself, do you want to live like them? Or do you want to be financially free, jacked, and living the best life you possibly can? Self-improvement is a long, hard journey. However, it's beautiful. It causes you to improve every aspect of your life and just become happy with who you are at the end. And the same guys who thought that you were weird at the start will be jealous of you when you start reaching your goals and becoming successful. You cannot care what they think about your life. This is your life and you need to make the best out of it. If you care about what they think of you, it's going to limit you from putting in the work because you might be too worried to put yourself out there. You might be too worried to go to the gym. You might be too worried to start posting content, to start a business because, oh, what happens if this guy that I don't want to end up like starts laughing at me or makes a joke about me? You just have to ignore that and just push it off. Now, the first thing you need to do if you want to be better than every other guy is you need to look at your life objectively and see what you need to change. If you say to yourself, I don't have enough time to go to the gym, or I don't have the energy to start a YouTube channel, or whatever it is, take a look at your life. And I promise you, I guarantee you that you can find the time and energy to do the work. Your own brain is trying to keep you weak and in your comfort zone so you don't go off and fail and hurt yourself by telling you all of these excuses. But look at your screen time. Look at what you do every day. Look at your habits. Look at what time you go to bed, what time you wake up, what you do when you get home from work, when you get home from school. And ask yourself if those habits, if what you're doing is actually causing you to become better or destroying your life. Then you need to make sacrifices. You may need to stop playing video games. You may need to stop scrolling social media. Stop watching Netflix. It won't be easy, but you will enjoy doing the hard things like going to the gym and working hard on a business more than you just enjoy just sitting on the couch, turning off your brain and being lazy for a couple hours. Use that masculine urge within you that wants to become the best, that wants to always improve your life, and use it productively. Use that testosterone you have and apply it to when you're working. You shouldn't be humble. Don't just think that you're a weak, normal guy. Because if you're watching this video, you're better than that. You want to become the best. You want to improve yourself. You don't want to be average. Do you know what one common thing among winners is? Among the people that you want to be like? They have a huge ego. Put that ego into training, into learning skills, into creating content, into learning sales, whatever it is. Put that ego that you are better than every other man out there, and think of that every day when you don't want to work or you just want to watch TV or scroll on social media. If you have goals that you need to reach, that you desperately want to reach, you will need to have a big ego, because people with small egos who are humble and they have a low view of themselves, they won't feel comfortable with putting themselves out there and taking that risk. When you have a big ego and you're not humble, and humble is just when you have a low view of yourself. Does having a low view of yourself actually sound productive? Does it sound like it's good for you? Or does it sound like it makes people go, yes, I really like him, he's humble, because he's not trying to be better than what he is. It doesn't make me feel bad. When you have a big ego and you think that, yes, I'm better than every other guy out there, you're going to be more willing to work hard in the gym. You're going to be more willing to work hard in your business. You're going to do what most men will never want to do. You're willing to sacrifice more than them because you have the ego that you're better than them. So obviously, you're going to do stuff that they don't feel comfortable with. Every day you have a choice. You have a choice between distracting yourself and putting in the work to achieve your goals and become the man that you know you can become. Just remember when you're making that choice, it's never been easier to improve yourself, to become rich, to become jacked, to become happy. But it's also never been easier to be fat, weak, and addicted to instant gratification. Most men that you see always choose being weak and distracted, but you need to start choosing to improve yourself more than you choose the weak option. You need to start delaying your gratification more than you indulge in instant gratification. Because the moment you start choosing to become disciplined is the day you start becoming the man that you know you can become. Now, if you're done watching videos and you're ready to actually change your life, apply for my one-to-one coaching. This is for men who are serious about building discipline, getting in shape, and leveling up every single aspect of their life. I will help you start to become more disciplined so that you can actually become better than other men and start living the life that you want to live and achieve your goals that you don't even think are possible. Now click the link in the description to book your free strategy call so I can find out how to best help you. Now thanks for watching, and I hope you got value in this and you enjoyed this video. Now thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.